Hello, this is Crystal Racing here, and today I'm going to do a video about dealing with death in motorsport. Now, of course, there have been endless tributes flowing in for Antoine Hubert after his death, and I won't go into details about anything to do with Antoine Hubert in this video because I'm going to just talk about how I've dealt with watching people get killed in motorsport. Now, when I was a kid, starting out watching Formula 1 in 2002 at the age of 11, I could remember stories of drivers and riders in series like IndyCar and MotoGP getting killed, but of course, as a kid, I used to just sit there and think this sort of stuff would never happen in Formula 1 or in any European single-seater series, because when I started watching Formula 1, it had already, the days of people getting regularly badly injured, breaking their legs or suffering awful very damaging injuries were really starting to become more of a thing of the past at this point in the early 2000s. Of course, I know that poor Dana and Tony Reddick got killed in accidents in the IndyCar series, but I used to just sit there and think, that is oval racing. They are doing speeds of over 200 miles per hour surrounded by concrete walls. That sort of stuff, I'm never going to see that sort of stuff happen in a European single-seater series. No, it's not Formula 1. Formula 1 is, and I would admit, yes, every time when the topic of safety comes in Formula 1, I've always sat there and think, Formula 1's really safe. Why do we need so many asphalt runoff areas? Why do we need a halo? Why do we need this? Why do we need that? Well, I can guarantee you what happened last weekend at Belgium really did, in so many respects, bring me back down to earth so dramatically. Not only did it expose my naivety, but just the absolute seismic calamity and the number of cars involved and the amount of damage that was done to all the cars, and of course the grievous injuries that was also caused to career, has really shook me, as well as of course the death of Antoine Hubert. I've got to sit there and say this, but the response on social media has been very much one of absolute anguish, just full of people arguing endlessly about, oh well, you said this and you said that, oh this guy's made a video about Antoine Hubert's death, oh look at how much money he's been making, look at all the clout he's been making, blah blah, and oh look, he's used all these tags. Look, I know there's a lot of attention seeking on social media and it's not the most pleasant thing, but the fact is social media is pretty much something that works on the basis of how much attention you can create. That's the brutal truth. And it seems to be that frankly this whole thing of having a truce when everyone trying to have a truce and trying to not argue with each other has already failed within, it's completely failed. Well, it failed within the moment when the race started yesterday, it just fell apart really when Max Verstappen went into Kimi, and then of course everyone, as a Kimi Raikkonen fan, I didn't want to blame him, but I did see quite a few Kimi Raikkonen fans go for Max's neck immediately afterwards, and it's really sad, isn't it? I just can't bear it. The past month, I've tweeted very, very, very little in the past 4 weeks or so because I am absolutely sick to death of social media. I am sick to death of all these people complaining about this, that, and everything. Oh, this person said that. Oh, this person's a scumbag. Oh, this person's a wanker. Blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up, okay? Seriously. Honestly. I'm sick to death of it. Do you know what? All of you, if you're sitting there wanting to go and attack someone or anything, I'm going to say this. Log off Twitter or any social media site you're using. Get out of the house. Go and see your friends and family. And frankly, if you're that easily triggered, just please don't say anything on social media for the next few weeks or so. Go and get a life. I've had enough, okay? Because the fact of the matter is, a young man has died, okay? And I have to say, the sort of accident he was killed in was something that I could, you know, I always sat there and thought, well, that's the sort of thing that's been consigned in the past. That's the sort of thing that would happen back in the 1970s and would end up killing someone like Ronnie Peterson. Because for me, as someone who was born in the early 1990s, it really did. That accident really did seem to have a horrific sense of historical throwback about it all. The sort of thing that seemed to be almost a feeling of the bad old days of motor racing back in 2019 of all years. And this season of Formula 1 and 2019 has been one of the most negative atmospheres ever. You know, after 2 years of seeing Ferrari take the championship fight to Mercedes, only of course for Sebastian Vettel to bottom the championship. You know, the fact that obviously Mercedes are now well and truly on their way to their 6th consecutive Constructors' title, which is going to equal Ferrari's record, is, you know, obviously we are not going to have a championship fight at all this season, no matter how many exciting races we get for the rest of the season, because it does seem to be quite interesting that ever since France, we've actually had 5 very good races since then. But the fact of the matter is, the championship is over. I know everyone. I mean, let's face it, for the next 3 months, I really want this season to end as ASAP. Because this season has absolutely tested my passion for motor racing and Formula 1 in general. I just cannot stand the sport right now. It just makes me so fucking angry. You know, yeah, I just punched the table because I'm getting that worked up. I mean, yesterday morning I felt like general absolute shit. Real absolute shit. You know what it is? All these drivers in Formula 1, Formula 2 and Formula 3 are only going to have about 4 days to sit there and contemplate what has happened before they get back in the car again this weekend at Monza. I don't even want to know what their friends and family must be feeling like right now. And personally, there might be a few drivers who are probably going to have a few sleepless nights. I mean, emotions are going to be running high this weekend again at Monza because it's come so soon. Of course, there's nothing the FIA can do about the scheduling of the races because, of course, the tickets have been sold. All the bits and pieces will be getting moved to northern Italy right now on the trucks and on the lorries. There's nothing, they can't do anything about it. And as far as everyone's aware, and the FIA, there is no obvious safety dangers at Monza. It is pretty much the same track as it's been since, well, pretty much the mid-1970s, really, in its sort of design and layout with its 3 chicanes. I really do hope everyone has a safe weekend, but most of all, please, for crying out loud, stop arguing and just getting into all these stupid arguments on Twitter and whatnot, because, you know, life is too short to be sitting there wasting your time bitching and fighting on social media. I'm telling you that, but yet it seems to be very few people seem to take note of that, especially in light of the tragic death we saw on Saturday. So, this has been Crystal Racing. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again very soon.